Today we are looking at information signs and the road surface markings. So we're gonna start here with the information signs. So I'm gonna start reading from here. Okay. These signs provide information about the road ahead so that you can plan your road and lane usage. So we're obviously going to cover the information signs that you need that will be on your test. Okay. So firstly, you have these ones 300, 200 and 100. So these signs are called high speed freeway exit countdown signs. Each white bar represents 100 meters to exit. So it's a countdown, such that when you have maybe your freeway, you find these on the freeway, right? Hence it's high speed freeway exit countdown. So this one will be the 300 one, and this one will be 200, and then the last one will be 100. So it's countdown. When you are here, it tells you that in 300 meters there's an exit, 200 meters there's an exit, and in 100 meters there's an exit, and there is your exit. So then they help you so that you can slow down. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, please. I've seen that over 70% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please hit the subscribe button. And then you have the yellow one, this one, the yellow one. It's a temporary high-speed freeway exit countdown. I always tell you, yellow bones are temporary. So yellow temporary signs, okay? It's a countdown. Then you get to what we call cul-de-sac signs. So that those, they tell you that you have reached the dead end. There is no way through. So where there's a red marking, that means there is no way through there. Then you get to priority road. So this is the priority sign. Tells you that when you get to this road marking, when you see this sign, you have the right of way at the next junction. Then we come to these ones. So the first one, this sign, it's known as the traffic light at each junction ahead are synchronized. So look guys, you are driving and you have your first traffic lights and the second traffic lights. Say there's a first traffic light here, the second one there. So traffic light A and traffic light B are synchronized to display the same signal. So if this one says green, this one will also say green. So this 55 kilometers per hour then tells you that if you keep your speed at 55 kilometers per hour, you'll find traffic light A and B green, and then you'll just run through. Okay, if you keep your speed at 55 kilometers per hour. Then we go down to three-phase. The three-phase simply tells you that the traffic signal in which you are approaching does not simply turn from red to green, but it has other lights or other arrows to allow traffic to turn against oncoming traffic. Okay, so this is a traffic signal like this one, or traffic light like this one, maybe like this. Forgive me for my drawing. All right, so after it says green, it will start saying green there. Then after saying green there, flashing red, then green here. So when you see the three-phase sign, it tells you that you are approaching a traffic signal like that. Then you come to park and ride. You park your vehicle, you go and ride the train. Then the modal transfer, that's where you are about to change the mode of transport. Okay, from train to bus to taxi, minibus, and so forth. Information center. When you see this I, tells you that you are approaching, that is information center. So if you need information, you must just go there. And then these are supplementary information plates. These ones, supplementary information plates, goods, vehicles, recommended speed, for the next 12 kilometers, blah blah blah. So but these are supplementary. That means that you will have the board which will be a primary sign, and these will then be working as secondary signs of some sort. Then you have the color combinations. So here you just need to understand the colors of these boards. So the first one is guidance sign for freeways. White, yellow on a blue board. The board is blue. So when you see the blue board on the road, you must know that that represents a freeway. That is a freeway. When the guidance sign is in blue, you are driving on a freeway. But when a guidance sign is green, it's just any other road but freeway. Okay? Then there is a diagrammatic sign. They show you what is happening on the road in a form of a diagram. Then you get to tourist guide sign. White and yellow on a brown board. Okay? The background of the board is brown. So then it tells you that you are, that one is for tourists. Then lastly, the location direction symbol. The signs are written in black, the board is white. So if you're turning left, you're going to a shopping center, safe gate. So the trolley is for, it tells you that it's a shopping center. Then these ones, the location, name, symbols, and so forth, we're going to skip through these ones and go straight to road surface markings. Let's go down. Road surface. So these ones are still diagrammatic signs. Then we go straight to regulatory markings. So road surface markings. So these signs are used to control the actions of drivers and regulate the flow of traffic. They are there to regulate the flow of traffic. As much as you have the signs on a board, you also have these signs written down on the road surface. Hence it's called road surface markings. So you have a stop line, the first one, stop line. As much as you have a stop sign, you also have a stop line. So you must stop completely before the solid line and move off only when it is safe to do so. Okay? That is a stop line. And then you come to the yield line. Yield line means that you slow down and give right of way to traffic and pedestrians. This one, it's a slow down yield line. As much as you have a yield sign, you also have the yield line. Then pedestrian crossing and block pedestrian crossing. Pedestrian crossing and block pedestrian crossing. The purpose is just to give the pedestrians a section of the road where they can cross. Okay? Then there is a no overtaking line. No overtaking line for traffic moving in opposite direction. So when the road has been marked with a solid line like this, but traffic goes there, traffic comes back, then this is known as a no overtaking line. You may not overtake here. Okay? You may not overtake. Right. And then you come to no crossing double lines. No crossing double lines. You may not cross. You may not cross here. You may not cross. You may not cross and you may not overtake. Yes, sometimes you will find the no crossing double lines having broken lines inside, but it's still the same thing. You are not allowed to cross because they are double lines. So this one, you might find that it has broken lines like this because it simply tells you the road will open up at some point and be maybe like this. Sorry, these are these lines. And maybe be like this. So when it's like this, here, when you are here, That means if you are driving in lane X, there is lane X and Y. If you are driving in lane X, you may overtake, but in lane Y you may not, because you still have a no overtaking line. This side they only have a broken line. Okay, right. And then you have the channelizing line between lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. So this is what you have. The channelizing line is like this, and then traffic is moving in the same direction. So it works the same as the no overtaking line, except the fact that the traffic is moving in the same direction. So if you are in lane X and one is lane Y, you may not travel from lane X to lane Y. You may not do that. Okay, then you have the yellow left edge marking and white right edge marking. Yellow left edge marking and white right edge marking. So you can check out a video where I cover the rules of the road. You will see the rules with regards to yellow left edge marking and white right edge markings. Then you come to painted island. Painted island 1, 2, and 3. When you see the painted island, that means you may not drive there and you may not stop there. You may not drive or stop on painted island. Then there is a parking bay. There's a parking bay. Parking bay is like this. Divided lines like this, and then the parking bay, you only park on a designated area like this and never on a sidewalk. That's where you park your vehicle, and never on the sidewalk. That's where you park your vehicle. This type of parking is one which then is known as a parallel parking, because you park your vehicle parallel to the pavement. Then you come to exclusive vehicle symbols. Exclusive vehicle symbols. So A for ambulance, B for buses, T for taxis, F for firefighting, C, D for diplomatic vehicles, and so forth. These are exclusive vehicle symbols. For example, you get the exclusive parking bay for ambulances. A for ambulances. So this parking is reserved for ambulances. And then you come to exclusive parking bay for vehicles carrying disabled persons. Then there is mandatory direction arrows ahead. There is mandatory direction arrows. When you get here, that means now you must follow the direction of the arrows. Before you get to these yellow ones, you would have found the white ones. The white ones will tell you that ahead you'll find the yellow ones. Ahead you'll find the yellow ones. Those will be the white ones. Lane reserved for buses only. Lane reservation for trams. Lane reservation for hazardous goods vehicles. So the hazardous goods vehicles, it's used interchangeably as high occupancy vehicles. High occupancy vehicles and hazardous goods vehicles, they use the same symbol sometimes. Okay, yeah, they use the same symbol. Then lane reserved for bicycles only. Then you come to a box junction. A box junction. You may not stop on this painted island. You may not stop on the box junction. So the box junction, you may not stop or park there. It's known as a keep clear zone. And then lane reserved for trams only. Lane reserved for trams only. And then you come to no stopping solid red line. No stopping solid red line. So when the road has been marked with the solid red line like this, then it's a no stopping zone. You may not stop. And then you have the no stopping broken red line. So when it's a red line like that, you're not allowed to stop your vehicle there during certain time period. Okay. So you will then be told from this time to that time and this time to that time you may not stop. And then there is no parking solid yellow line. The yellow line, you are not allowed to stop your vehicle there. And then when it is a broken yellow line, you're not allowed to stop there during certain time period. Again, there will be an accompanying sign by the side of the road telling you that you're not allowed to stop there during this time to that time. No motorcycles may proceed beyond this marking. And then mini circle, again, refer to one of my videos where I teach rules of the road, which then will help you with the rules with regards to mini circles and roundabout. Disabled persons parking. This parking is reserved for disabled persons. All right, and then exclusive use lane symbol for bicycles. So this one is for bicycles only, buses, trams, disabled persons vehicles, high occupancy vehicles. Okay, a lane reserved for them. Railway crossing ahead. So railway crossing ahead, sometimes you find the road like this, and then the railway crosses the road, so the road will be marked with this X like this on the road. Okay, to warn you that there is a railway crossing ahead. Right. Then you come to continuity line, lane line, and dividing line. They have one function. The function is to separate the lanes. That's it. Then there is a reversible lane double lines. The reversible lane, it's a lane which then could be used by traffic going forth and coming back. It's the same lane. The same lane is used by traffic going and coming back. Right. And then mandatory direction arrows ahead. Spoken about this one earlier, telling you that these white arrows, they are telling you that you are coming to find the yellow ones ahead. Then no overtaking or crossing lines ahead. So this one, you'll find it on the road like this maybe. If your road is like this, say for instance you had overtaken here, and then you find this arrow like this here. So this arrow tells you to go back to your lane because there will be a no overtaking or no crossing lines ahead. So move back before you get to this marking. Okay, right. Then we move on to end of exclusive use lane symbol. End of exclusive lane. So the exclusive lane is coming to an end. Also here, the exclusive lane is coming to an end. Then the bifurcation arrows tell you that there's an increase in the number of lanes ahead. Direction of travel indicators. This is the direction in which you are traveling. Circle crossing. So as much as you have pedestrian crossing, you also have cycle crossing. Then this one tells you that there's a yield sign ahead. I scratched this one because it said arrestor bed, but this is not an arrestor bed. Here is an arrestor bed. An arrestor bed is the section on the road like this. Let's say the road is like this. Maybe the road is like this. And then here you'll start seeing this marking here like this. You start seeing this section like this. Let me do this here. Right. And then from there here they'll put a lot of sand. So if you are driving maybe a truck or whatever vehicle and your brakes fail, when you see this marking, you drive to this marking, and then because of the sand here, it's going to force your vehicle to stop, and then it's known as the arrestor bed. Okay, It's an arrestor bait, right? And then there's an escape road. If you want to exit the road for emergency purposes, it's for escape road if you want to exit the road in which you are driving on. Then there's a speed hump, tells you that there's a speed hump ahead. And you come to curbing. The curbing is there to tell you that there is a presence of a raised sidewalk. There is a raised sidewalk. And then these ones are for just gives extra guidance to road users in respect of cyclists, to road users in respect of direction to the airport, to road users in respect to handicap, to road users in respect of high occupancy vehicles, then to road users in respect of stopping, and then to road users in respect of a school. Okay, so we're gonna hold it right here, and then please check out the next video next time. Cheers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. When you subscribe, you make my world go around. Hey, sharp guys.